Welcome. Let's talk about why your AI app does not work. We just came out of our Friday evening stream. So we went through the stream, and what we were talking about was a case we had today where I had some conversation and someone was telling me that she wished to have an AI system which actually works in analysis of data in finance controlling type of view. And I was like, why does this not work? And she was like, a bad experience. I tell you why you had a bad experience. Let's dive in. We made some graphs and I'm eager to show it to you. Okay. Now imagine we have a company. This company sits in Germany. It has sales, it has purchase, it has HR, and everything like produces data. You buy stuff, you sell stuff. You have people packaging the stuff. Let's just assume it's a retailer, for example. The sum of it all is basically your bottom line, and there's a lot of things to analyze. Now let's make it a bit more complicated. We have now a holding company that actually holds company in Germany and also the same or similar company in the US. And the holding company wants to see how all the companies are doing, which makes stuff even harder because they can have different data, even different systems. You have to bring them together. And I don't know how it's today, but back in the days, and I think it's still today, controllers used Excel a lot, or Excel in English. But what is it that actually went into this? And why are we doing this in the first place? So we have basically three questions about our company. What have we done? Where are we at? And where are we going? And we want to also project data into the future. So what does the human do today in companies? So we have finance, first of all. Finance does bookkeeping. Bookkeeping means get all our payments, all our ledgers in order. Payments, invoices, what else? Like wages, everything that has some number to it and has some plus or minus to the company's bottom line goes to finance. Then you have controlling. Controlling does analysis. Try to get the numbers connected and get information, and that's the important part, knowledge. And that's where we want AI to help us to achieve the knowledge faster without me having to open huge Excel sheets, like they are getting really huge, take a lot of time, and you're completely screwed if they have some remote connection. Like, then open and wait. That's it. We then give these analysis to the executives to decide, and that's crucial for company development. It's like steering a ship. For example, if the Titanic would have had someone who in controlling say, historical data shows some icebergs are deep and big, then the executives might have had taken the decision to steer around this in a bigger round and not take right into it. So that's like where we are. Like the challenges are for this department are pretty straightforward. They need to get stuff and information and knowledge as quickly as possible to be able to steer the ship around the iceberg. It has to be dynamic. We are in a competitive market. Things evolve, things change. We need to be prepared to react to different circumstances, new product launches, competitors launching products, stuff like that, advertising, campaigns. There's a lot going into running a big company. And then we go ahead and we, of course, want to make better decisions. So it's not about being fast only, it's also about quality data. Let's talk AI. So I came up with basically a 3-step system. Step 1, get some AI to take existing analysis and be able to reason over it. That's what we will talk about today in this video. Then we have step 2, which is like AI actually pre-aggregating data for another AI to reason over it. Would be like next level, basically. And then you could go all in and let AI generate Python code, which does analysis, like properly create data from raw base data from whatever system you connect. So this is like there's so many layers to that. If you are interested in how this works, we might talk in another talk about this. But yeah, that's basically where we're at. So let's look at how such an AI solution would look like. Our interface, just keep it simple, will be a chatbot. And this chatbot takes an input, and here we deliver an output. But you already see there's a lot in between. Let's talk about it. So first of all, let's assume an input. We launch a new product, and our question is, how was the product launch? If someone would ask me that on the street, I would say, what's the plan? What do you want from me? If you work in a company, you look at this and you work as a controller, you might already know, okay, we had this product, or you can look up the campaigns, or you can look up the products, which like the latest that we created in the system, all that stuff. But what is the underlying questions we answer when we do that? First of all, what does this input say? Product launch means like a new product or product has been relaunched, but let's just assume we have a new product launch. Then we say, how much of the new product did we sell? How was the product launch? It has to do something with sales. On the other side, the sales come in because we advertise things. So how much do we spend on advertising? And how much is the cost on actually buying the product? Like retail, we buy stuff, we sell stuff. Okay. Now we go ahead and say, okay, bot, you basically have to do the same. So it takes the input, and I have everything that happens in the background, which is not directly connected to the user. We try to keep it dotted. Now it's going ahead and generating exactly that, the underlying questions. Then it takes the underlying questions and it makes a plan. During this whole process, you are able to set up the system in a way that you can save the prompt state. That's what we came up with for this. Like this is state. You like follow up the state and you keep it. So you can go out of your calculations, ask the user some question, update the state, and then go on in your pipeline. This is the pipeline basically. So that's what we're aiming for. Now, we understand the question. We make a plan. If we need any information, we ask the user to finish up with the plan. Then we execute on the plan. This, by the way, is our data. Company data 1, company data 2. Goes into an Excel we already built before. Now the AI looks in this Excel without us needing to open it. That's all the benefits that has. And then we go ahead and we have to evaluate the result. What does that mean? First of all, we check the numbers. Now, second would be reason about the numbers. Means answer the underlying questions. Found the product, got the expenses, got the sales. Make a conclusion, were we successful in our launch? Which is actually the question. How was the product launch? You could also add something that you asked. We now have all the data. What was your expectation? Based on that, we have following conclusions, following hard facts. The user just asked this, and maybe besides some like additional information that was asked for, answers the question. That's all. Does it take a bit longer than a normal ChatGPT answer? Most definitely. And even like with the new O1 stuff, might even take a bit longer than that. But that's what I want to illustrate is this is how you go about building a proper AI application. Okay, thank you very much. This is what goes into actually building a proper, fully fledged AI solution for one process. And this was a simple version. It just takes 2-3 weeks to implement this and test it and deliver version 1. The other two take substantially more time. The pre-aggregation still okay, but like having it generate Python prompts and stuff, you get, I think, 6 months minimum to really get this set up and working. And the payoff is just hugely bigger, of course. It's the most dynamic system you can think of, which just comes up with a solution itself, right? Yeah. So that said, if you have any further questions, like you find us here on YouTube, write in the comments, find us on LinkedIn, Edgar Dirk, Svetlana, Makarova, just DM us and we will be more than happy to help you out. So yeah, let's bring AI to reality. Let's bring AI to businesses. And until then, see you in the next time.